Alan Mckenna was amongst a group of people a couple of weekends ago basically searching for the Loch Ness Monster. He's the founder of Loch Ness Exploration. Let's have a look at what he does.
Hello everybody. You're expecting sunshine over this weekend. I don't think it's going to happen. But as you can see, it is not stopping us. We're here, smiling, having a great time. I mean, you don't want to be anywhere else.
You really don't. If you've never been to Loch Ness, it's impossible to explain what a brilliant place it is. I've spoken about this before. People have made fun of me because I think there is a monster. Alan's here with us. Alan, very good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. I mean, I can't fault your enthusiasm there because, I mean, if you live in Scotland, I used to say to people, I used to play a lot of golf in Scotland. They said, what about the rain? I'm like, if you don't do things in Scotland because it's raining, you won't do anything. You'll basically not go out. So tell us about the weekend, and also tell us about the pictures that came out after the weekend, which were taken a while ago by somebody who said she was too frightened to show them for fear of humiliation.
Yeah, which is a shame in itself. You know, it's a lovely wee subject, the Loch Ness and the Loch Ness Monster. No one should be worried or scared about posting pictures like you're seeing now.
Yeah.
That's the toxic side of it, and I stay away from any drama, any gossip. I'm not interested in it. So I think Mrs. Kelly was great that she's actually came to Steve and she's shown these photos to Steve, and Steve's kind of advocating on her behalf.
Right.
And you know, more power to her. That's great. I still don't know what these photos are.
Right.
I think we're still waiting for the series of I think it's 15 altogether.
Yeah.
That were taken, perhaps. And possibly when they all get released, I don't know, we can maybe form some sort of idea of what we're looking at here. But I've read all different, you know, theories already about it. It's a dinghy, it's black bin bags, it's,
right.
I don't know. I mean, I personally can't see anything, you know, that jumps out to me at the minute. I'm not discrediting in any way, shape or form here,
right.
But they are intriguing, they're definitely interesting, so it'd be nice to find out what's actually going on here.
Well, this is it. I mean, I think if you take the view that it is, if it exists, it's some kind of serpent-like creature, you know, there's any number of different ways that you could see that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many? I mean, you'll know yourself if you've looked into the mystery yourself over the years.
Yeah.
Which I know you have. It's you'll know that the morphology of the Loch Ness Monster changes depending on who's looking at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really interesting. But in terms of the weekends, it was, you've seen the rain. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So much so, even the you know, that the Royal Highland Games were cancelled for the first time in 75 years.
Right.
But we still went out. We still managed to do, hopefully, what we were setting out to do with our volunteers. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think we reached the full capacity of our volunteers because of the weather.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to sit. And I mean, it wasn't just a wee drizzle. It was biblical rain.
Proper, yeah. I mean, the good news, I guess, for you guys is that it was very well publicised. Everybody covered it. We had Charlotte Ivers in here last week, who went up to do a piece for the Sunday Times, who had a great time. You know, and I think as an event, I think you did very well. I mean, they probably got coverage around the world, I would imagine.
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot. We did, yeah. We had teams coming over from Japan. It was great. It really was good. Canada, America. We had someone coming from, I think it's Cuba, which was really,
wow.
So yeah. German teams, French teams, Italian. You know, it was really good. It was very, very overwhelming. I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. So I'm quite glad that I'm not a celebrity. That's not for me.
and so have you got another event like that planned anytime soon?
Yeah, we'll be going up again, hopefully later this month. In the following months, we go up every month, really, to be honest.
Okay.
But on that scale, we have been talking with the Loch Ness Centre to possibly make this an annual event, where everyone can get involved. That would be cool. But in terms of research, I'm still going up there myself, with some members of my team as well. Dick Rayner, again, has still been phenomenal with his support and his hydrophone equipment. He's been a great support. He's been fantastic.
What's your own view of it all, Alan? I mean, you've obviously been working on this for a while. You're I don't know if you're a local man originally, but you know, it's a magical place to me, Loch Ness. Even if you don't know that there's a monster, you don't believe that there's a monster. There's something about the place, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely so. And I mean, I say this to so many people. I mean, of course, I was first introduced because of the Loch Ness Monster. But in time, I started to learn more about the natural environment, the ecosystem, and that was through the Loch Ness project with Adrian Shine. And if it wasn't for Adrian, I don't think I would really be interested in the environment, if that makes sense. Right. And I was saying to a couple of reporters, I don't understand how that man has made me excited about sediment. I don't get it. But there's something about his passion and his work that he's done that has, you know, it's contagious to everyone that meets him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would love to find the Loch Ness Monster, but that's not our sole purpose is there. Like, I want to go there as well to study the natural environment of Loch Ness itself. And the noises we heard is one of these things where it was a whoopsie at the same time, but the press kind of ran with it and said, "Oh, they forgot to plug it in." Right. But on the Friday when we heard these noises, we weren't actually, that wasn't part of the expedition. We were just testing equipment with a documentary team. Right. So we had tested the MP3 recorder. We knew it was working. So the time we heard the noises, we were only testing the speaker, the PA system, where everyone could hear it. Right. So we weren't recording. It was just a test, and that's when we heard these bizarre noises. But that could be anything, you know. But that all adds to it as well, because if you recorded it perfectly and it was a perfect sound, and you could make a statement about what you thought it was, that wouldn't be like the Loch Ness story. The Loch Ness story has got to be riddled with doubt and, you know, strangeness and odd things, and, you know, maybe it didn't record because, you know, the monster can't be recorded. I mean, who knows? Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the whole point of the system, you know. It's the whole 9 yards. I knew this when I was getting into it. I was thinking, I'm going to get some serious stick with this. And I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Because we're up there. I mean, our last conversation you and I had, it was quite obvious that people and myself go up there because it's an amazing place. Yeah. You don't have to go up there just for the Loch Ness Monster. The environment itself speaks to you in such a way that... Right. I don't know, it elevates you. I mean, that video, I'm so sorry, that was so cheesy in that video.
That's
but
great,
I was in my element. I was in total element.
You should never not want to be like that. It was brilliant. Listen, Alan, great to see you again. Thank you very much indeed. Alan Mckenna, founder of Loch Ness Exploration. There'll be another one if you want to take part.